The future of healthcare looks to be taking on a retail flavor. Amazon announced it will launch a nationwide telehealth service providing urgent and primary care, along with opening 20 more in-person healthcare centers in cities across the U.S. as the company continues moving into the healthcare industry. And as Amazon's retail rival is also expanding its medical reach, Walmart and Quest Diagnostics are teaming up to allow people to buy over 50 lab tests purchased through Walmart.com. Joining us now to discuss is Kathy Doherty, Senior Vice President and Group Executive for Clinical Franchise Solutions and Marketing at Quest Diagnostics. Kathy, thanks for joining us. Can you tell us how this program will work?
Sure, and thank you, Bianca, for having me. Really excited about this opportunity. We believe that consumers are taking a much more active role in managing their health, and we want to meet the consumers where they're at. And so the consumer can access this by going on to the Walmart QuestDirect site and selecting the tests that they'd like to order. We are offering about 50 tests from general health to digestive health to heart health to sexually transmitted diseases. There is a physician network that's actually behind the scenes approving that test. And once that happens, the consumer will be prompted to make an appointment to visit one of our 2,200 patient service centers. They'll go through that process. They'll receive their result in about 3 to 5 days. And they'll receive that through our MyQuest app, which is a secure patient portal, where they'll be able to share that result with their physician, their family, and or friends. So super easy and almost all digital.
And so will this work differently for people with insurance versus those without insurance? You know, how will that work out?
Sure. So when we think about consumer-initiated testing, for the most part, this is testing that the consumer would pay out of pocket. However, what I would tell you is that, prior to COVID, we would have never imagined that the health plans would have paid for a consumer-initiated testing. And that's what we're seeing from a COVID perspective. We believe there's an opportunity for expansion in that area. And if that were to expand, we believe that this could be a really big catalyst to drive this to be an even bigger opportunity.
So how much has COVID, people going to drugstores to get their vaccinations and parking lots for tests and so on, changed the healthcare industry, now expanding beyond traditional medical locations?
Sure. So look, I think it's changed a lot. I mean, we saw the whole notion of consumerism in healthcare starting prior to COVID, but COVID has absolutely accelerated this. And in fact, it's accelerated the adoption of telehealth. Prior to the pandemic, it was about 8%, and in probably 8 weeks, it moved to about 50%. And e-commerce has actually also accelerated. And we believe that, this is not just an issue from a pandemic perspective, but that it's going to actually stay in place post-pandemic.
And Amazon is also...
And we're really excited about that.
Sorry to cut you off there. Did not mean to do that. But Amazon is also broadening its healthcare reach, and your Walmart agreement gives parts of healthcare more of a retail feel. So how much more of this do you think Americans will see? Is this a trend that you think will grow and continue?
Yeah, we absolutely think it's going to grow, and we think the partnership with Walmart gives us access to reach the third largest e-marketplace in the U.S., which we think is good. Again, consumers are taking a lot more control over managing their health, and they want the kinds of experiences they're used to in other parts of their life, frictionless, and that's what we think this partnership and our QuestDirect offering does for the consumer.
Kathy Doherty, Senior Vice President and Group Executive for Clinical Franchise Solutions and Marketing at Quest Diagnostics. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Bianca.